On to Northwestern. By the way, we both have the over 7.5 win total for Nebraska. I did not say that. But we move on to Northwestern. Northwestern, look at that over under. Holy. 3.5. Coming off a 4-8 season, 2-7 in Big Ten play after a great season year prior with Ben Bryant. Returned 10 starters, 4 on offense, 6 on defense. Returned Cam Porter, the running back, who's probably going to be their best player. 126 carries, 501 yards for a carry, and 6 touchdowns. Mac Ulen, linebacker, 84 total tackles, 49 solos, 2 sacks, a pass breakup, and a forced fumble. Aiden Hubbard, defensive end, 33 total tackles, 12 solos, 6 sacks, pass breakup, fumble recovery, and a fumble. Scoop and score touchdown. Najee Story at the end, 24 total tackles, 12 solos, a sack and a half, and Josh Fussell, cornerback, 35 total tackles, 30 solos, and 5 pass breakups. They did lose A.J. Henning, a wide receiver, to the Dolphins, 59 catches, 603 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Bryce Kurtz, a wide receiver, 39 catches, 598 yards. Xander Mueller, linebacker, 57 total tackles, 30 solos, a sack, 4 pass breakups, interception, forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. Deron Johnson to Oregon, 53 total tackles, 40 solos, 10 pass breakups, 2 interceptions, and a pick 6. Devin Turner to Baylor, a safety, 51 total tackles, 33 solos, 3 pass breakups, 3 interceptions, and a pick 6. They had the 71st overall recruiting class, 69th in transfers. Talk to me about Northwestern Trent.
Yeah, 4-8 last season, 2-7 in the Big Ten. Another brutal schedule ahead, in my opinion. I think they can maybe have some modest improvement. They're bringing in the quarterback, Preston Stone from SMU, close to 3,000 yards or just over 3,000 yards, 28 touchdowns.
In 2023.
Yeah, in 2023. Sorry, yep, 2023. So that's really the big thing. I mean, we talk about the importance of quarterback, but Northwestern was abysmal in passing last season, 111th nationally in passing. So with the addition at quarterback, Cam Porter returning at running back, he was solid last year. And then they have wide receiver depth as well. So I think the offense is maybe not going to be lights out, but they are set for a modest improvement with the play of Stone. Defense, like you mentioned, Hubbard and Sacco on the pass rush, I think is a good 2 edge rushers and a good way to get to the quarterback. Really, the big thing, though, for me is going to be how they defend the pass. The secondary is suffering big losses. Both of their turnover leaders are gone. So they did retool in the transfer portal, but I just don't see this Northwestern team really improving much on last year unless Preston Stone comes in and makes a really big impact on the offense. Like I said, the defensive front 7 might be able to keep them in games, but the secondary is what I look to as the biggest issue. I think they're just going to have a hard time stopping other teams, especially in the pass game. So I like Coach Braun. Believe it's year 2 for him, year 3 for him.
I think technically year 2. I think technically last year was his first year because when Fitzgerald got outed, I think he was the interim that entire season, and then they made him the head coach. I think. That's what I want to say.
Makes sense. But yeah, so I got you. But yeah, so I just think the big thing for them is going to be throwing the ball and stopping the pass. I think they're good internally on the front 7 and in the run game on offense. I can't mention Preston Stone enough. He's going to have to be the one who kind of gets this offense over the hump. But realistically, I think you're probably looking at another 4 to maybe 5, 6. A bowl game would be the goal.
Hold on now. Hold on. Don't spoil now. Don't spoil.
Go ahead.
So can't agree with you more. So Preston Stone to me is the biggest. No, actually, I'll take that back. Preston Stone isn't the biggest question mark. He is a question mark to me, however, because I don't know if you watched the beginning of SMU last season. They kind of did him and Kevin Jennings kind of dirty to start, and they almost cost him that game against Nevada. But they would go Stone 2 series, and then Kevin Jennings 2 series, and then they would ride the high hand. Which as a quarterback, you need your rhythm, so that's not really, it's not really efficient for me to get into it. But ultimately, they sat Preston Stone because of the BYU game. It was just bad. The BYU game was super bad for Preston Stone. And they handed Kevin Jennings the keys, and they never looked back. I mean, it led them to an ACC championship appearance and a playoff berth, so can't really be too mad at Red Lashley. But I do think that Preston Stone did get the short end of the stick there. But he took it like a great team player. He didn't cause any trouble. He still rooted for Kevin Jennings, helped him, and then just hit the transfer portal as he should have at the end of the year. So kudos to him for how he handled that situation. Now I'm interested to see because he did have a really good 2023, like you said, led SMU to championship, the American Athletic Championship, where they beat Tulane in that game. But I don't think Preston Stone played. I think Jennings or somebody else played in that championship game. I can't remember. I think Stone got hurt. I think both team starters got hurt, and they both play like backups. But yeah. So I am interested to see what he does. I think the biggest question mark on offense for me of Northwestern is receivers. Can they get a separation against Big Ten defenses? Especially they don't really have too many names at receiver. So that's going to be interesting. And defensively, like you said, they lost Theron Johnson and they lost Devin Turner. So the secondary to me is also a question mark for Northwestern. They did bring in my guy. This one hurt, Dylan Tatum from Michigan State. That one hurt. But he was a safety who got hurt last season, but he had 45 total tackles, 30 solos, 7 pass breakups in 2023. He got hurt like instantly last year. And they do bring in Yanni Karloftis, who had 57 total tackles, 33 solos, half a sack, and a pass breakup, a linebacker from Purdue. So that's big there. And like you said, the pass rush of Aiden Hubbard, Thomas Soka, and Najee Story, that'll be huge as well. That'll help your secondary out a little bit. But overall, not good numbers for Northwestern. 130th in total offense, 56th in total defense, 111th in passing, 122nd in rushing, 128th in scoring offense, 89th in passing defense, 37th in rushing defense, and 81st in scoring defense. If you're ready, we can get into the schedule.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, shout out to David Burns. He's not in the comments right now, but he did comment in one of my, I think my group of 5 coaching carousel. He was like, Northwestern got a easy win week 1. Week 1 is at Tulane. I have as a loss.
I also have as a loss.
Yeah. I told him, like, hold on now, bro. John Summerall and Tulane, not sweet. John Summerall is a really good head coach. Won back-to-back Sun Belt titles at Troy. Took Tulane to an American Athletic Conference Championship game last season against Army. Army was just too much. And I can see Tulane coming in, having a really good game plan, really good defense. Offensively, they do have some question marks at quarterback with Darian Mensah leaving the Duke. But I feel like he'll figure it out, just like he found Darian Mensah. Darian Mensah wasn't a highly talked about guy when Summerall found him and started him. It was Ty Thompson, who we beat out. So I think they'll find a quarterback. They'll have something there. I have Tulane winning that game.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think Tulane has always been. I mean, they've been proven as a very
Power 4.
Yeah,
I say Power 4 because I'm not counting Pac-12 until next year.
That's fair. But yeah, they've proven themselves year in and year out as a good team, and I think with Northwestern probably ending up at near the bottom of the Big Ten, it's a good win for Tulane, especially at home to start the season.
Yep. Then next is at home against Western Illinois. I have as a win.
I also have as a win.
Then they start off Big Ten play with at home against Oregon L.
Yep, I also have as a loss.
Then at home against UCLA, I have as a win actually.
Yeah, I don't know too much about UCLA this year, but we'll get into them later. I'm still going to give this one to UCLA. I just don't think Northwestern is poised to beat them quite yet.
Oh no! Next, at home against UL Monroe, I have as a win. Northwestern gets a 2-game win streak with me.
I also have as a win.
Then on the road at Penn State, L.
I also have as a loss.
What? And my final win at home against Purdue.
I have that as a loss.
Ooh, I got Northwestern losing out from Nebraska down.
I agree.
So I have Northwestern going 4-8, 2-7. The hook gets me the over 3.5 win totals.
Yeah, it looks like I got the win against Western Illinois, the win against UL Monroe. So I have 2 wins, none in the Big Ten. So it's going to be a bad year for
2-10, 0-9.
Yeah, not too high on the Wildcats this year, unfortunately.
David, if you're in the chat, if you're in the comments, if you're listening, hey, his name is Trent. But he's a Penn State fan. There's nothing really you can say, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got to go 4-8, 2-7. So getting the win, the over by hook. But I'm not betting it. But that's what I got though. And we can move on